Monday's training then, and starting off with squats, and I was struggling with 2 reps. I was struggling with 2 reps on the squat, and I really just wanted. I told my brother, look, I just want to get 2 reps on each one of these sets. I do not want to fail. I just so didn't want to fail, because I'd failed. There was that week, not last week, the week before, where I failed the bench press on Monday and Wednesday, and it just sucks so much. You just, not only are you not getting better, but you feel as though you're getting worse just because you didn't meet the expectation of what you actually laid out. It's one thing not getting more on the AMRAP, but to not even get the working sets is not something I'd like dealing with. And so going in, knowing I had to get for doubles for 4 sets, and then an AMRAP, I just thought, let's get it for doubles, and then let's do this. And the AMRAP came up, and I got to all the way up until then. So I said to Matthew, my brother, who I train with, even if the second one comes up at the speed of a very, very gluten intolerant man walking to a bread buffet, being forced to eat the bread, and he really doesn't want to do it because he knows it's going to suck a lot, but somebody's saying you have to go eat the bread, and he's walking there and he's like, oh no, and he's walking really slowly to prolong the doom. Even if it comes up at that speed, I said, I'm going for a third. So it came up extremely slowly, and I felt as though, because I'd given myself that, where I said I'm going to do it anyway, I just went for the third, and then that came up, and so I thought, no way. I didn't think that at the time. I thought, I'm doing this. I went for the 4th, and I've never been that stuck at a certain point before, but I got it up, and I rejoiced. It was amazing. So super happy with that. I suppose I should also talk about the bench press on the Monday training, because that is also something that I did in terms of powerlifting movements, and it was super lame. Paused 70 kilos, paused for doubles, and then an AMRAP. On that, I remember on the second set of the doubles, I thought, oh, I can get this for probably at least 5, maybe 6. I felt so solid and tight and just ready to go. I thought, oh, please, just can I somehow maintain this to the AMRAP? Nope. 3 sets, 3 reps out of the AMRAP set. So that sucked. But you know, having been so psyched by the squat, I really didn't care very much at the time. I care more now in retrospect, but also I am still very happy about the squat. So hey, let's just let's ride on the high. I'm gonna do that. So today's training wasn't necessarily what I wanted, to be honest. The deadlift was just so disappointing. I was totally expecting 5 out of the 147.5, probably a good 5 if I'm honest. How many did I get though? I got 2 is how many I got. So there's that. I didn't even realise how heavy it was, and I didn't realise how bad a day I was having until I picked it up. I honestly thought, oh, I'm feeling good. Warm-ups are going okay. 120 moved a bit slow now I think about it. Now I'm actually thinking about the 120 did move slowly. But, oh man, when I picked up the 147.5, bloody hell. It was just, it felt like a 1 rep max, almost. and then I barely got the second rep. Sort of picked it up for the third, got a little bit off of the floor, and it just didn't happen. Oh, God. And then 140 for doubles for 3 sets was just extremely difficult. And then there was the bench press, of course, and the bench was as sucky as ever. I was getting the doubles fine up until maybe the third set, and then it got difficult. But I got the third and the fourth set. And then the AMRAP, I'm happy that I got 3, but it's not exactly what I want. I want to be getting 5, I want to be getting 6 probably, but 3 is not awful, I suppose. It's just so massively disappointing. Anyway, so that was sort of the powerlifting stuff today, and it was way less than I wanted. But onwards and upwards, we've still got Friday and technically Saturday, although Saturday is not something I necessarily look forward to in regard to PRs. But we've got Friday, so let's just make it super awesome. I haven't got any AMRAPs to excel in on Friday, but the volume work will be enough of a chance for me to really sort of, do well. So let's see what happens, I guess. Squats were the first exercise of the Friday training, and it was 6 sets of 6 on 105, and to be honest, I totally thought this would be quite easy. I am so bad at obviously judging my strength, because I remember doing a 5x5 at the beginning of the year with 105 without a belt, and so now I've got a belt. It's 1 more rep per set, and it's 1 more set. It should be super easy. Perhaps it's following the Monday where with the 122.5 where I got 4 out of it, but I was trash. That first set was extremely fatiguing, and then every set following it was just a matter of catching my breath. And then the 5th set, I didn't think I was gonna. I mentally gave up about a few different times where it's just, and then got back into it and refused to actually give up, and then finished the set. And then that 6th set, oh my god, that last rep, I was actually stopped at the bottom for about 5. Let's not exaggerate. For about 2 full seconds. Just stopped at the bottom, and I didn't know if I was going to get up, and I think the strength must have obviously definitely been there, but I didn't, and so many micro decisions in my head to just drop it and bail out, and in the end I refused to give up again, and I just got it up, racked it, and collapsed on the floor and sat there for about half a minute, just not even talking. I don't think I did much talking throughout the rest of the training because I was just so drained. And then obviously with the bench, I was so drained, but the bench was easy enough where it was no problem. 60 kilos for 6 sets of 6. That's not that difficult for me, fortunately. So it was just a matter of getting through that, get it done. So yeah, that was definitely interesting. Definitely an interesting day. That set on squats was mental. And then we come into the Saturday, which was, if we're using the word interesting, it was just as much as the Friday. We started with the pause deadlifts, and that's fine. It just sucks. The only reason that sucks is just because it's, you don't want to pause when you're doing a deadlift. At no point do you want to stop bringing the weight up, only to continue bringing the weight up in a second. It's just not a movement I enjoy. Number of sets on it as well. 7 sets, there's always so many sets. And then it was the overhead press, and I just on Saturdays I don't drink a caffeine fueled pre-workout, so when it comes to the training, I'm already drained by Saturday just from a full week, and then I go into the gym without any sort of stimulant, and I just can't be bothered, and I end up having to rev myself up but it didn't work yesterday, which would have been the Saturday. It didn't work, and so I was and doing overhead press was just a matter of come on, continuously telling myself to just keep going. And then on that AMRAP, I couldn't have been much happier, because I didn't even expect the 2 almost, but to get 4 out of it was good. And then there was the front squats. I unracked it, I stood there for a few seconds, I committed to it. This was after all the warm-ups, so I've already gone through warming up and thinking, can I do this? Like, trying to figure out an excuse, trying to find an excuse for why I shouldn't do it, but I should. So I did it, and then unracked it that first set, stood there, went for the first rep, stood back up, and I think I just mentally gave up. I racked it, I don't know what happened, I completely whipped it, I racked it, and then I had to walk away for a little while. Came back after about 5 minutes, just did the set, didn't even let myself think about it too much, did the set, walked away, set a timer on my watch, and then just sat there, just basically stood there and waited until I had to do another set. And I did my other set, and I kept going until it was almost done, and then on the AMRAP I just decided to get under the bar and keep doing it until literally the bar fell away from me. And I did basically do that. The bar almost fell away from me. I racked it in time. But, that was another thing where it was just the most mentally draining training session I've ever had. And so really this week has been a real test. There was the Monday with the 122.5. So mentally testing. The Wednesday, the deadlift, I have no idea what happened there. And then the Friday and Saturday were just crazy. They were crazy. So yeah, that was the week so far. Thank you for watching the powerlifting video. I'd like to maybe I'll end this video with some sort of meal, because people are into food and all that on the YouTubes. But in terms of training, mental. You know what is interesting? Just go back from Star Wars. That's a film. Am I right? What? What are you even talking about? That was crazy. Oh man, Star Wars, you guys. Don't know if you heard of it. Maybe go watch Star Wars. Mental. Bunches and bunches, punches is thrown into your frontless.